Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel to All Movies, and today we're going to be talking about the movie direct sequel of 28 Years Later, Bone Temple. So this one's a direct sequel from the last 28 Years Later. This one, man, came out really soon. Came out 6, 7 months later after the first 20 Years Later. It's surprising because I feel like you really don't see movies like that goes like, okay, 6 months later or in a year, because most of the time if they're going to do another movie, it takes them more than a year or so. But I'm surprised with this one. It came out very soon, which I do miss that kind of stuff when movies going to continue and stuff. They have sequels or stuff that they have like projects doing 3 trilogies or so that they go continue fast, like back in the days, like with the A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, all those movies that came out very soon in 6 months or in a year, like less than a year. And we don't have to wait for 5 years or so for movies, but this one came out very soon, the early of 2026. Like I said, the 28 Years Later came out last year, and so let's get started talking about like the positive stuff. So if you've seen like the last movie, like I said in my last video for the review I did, it was enjoyable and some stuff. They had some few good stories and stuff, and you see the stuff what happens after the 20 years later, after from the original first movie, the 28 days later and 28 weeks later. This one, like I said, for this one, they had a good story and all. The director was an original director, David Boyle. They used a different director. This director, she directed from like the Marvel movies, and then she also did a remake of the Candyman with executive producer Jordan Peele, which I thought that was pretty good. I know not many people like the new Candyman, and it seems alright to them and stuff, but I felt like it was still enjoyable. I'm not saying it's better than the original Candyman, but I say this was really enjoyable, and so you could see her work and stuff instead of trying to recopy from Jordan Peele's and stuff, and a few other ones that weren't all that great. But I say that she did a decent job on this one. But like I said, this one had a good story. You could see the bit of connection with the Dr. Ian and Samson. They had a great connection and stuff. Like he seems like they're trying to connect and bond and stuff to see if what else he could do to help him out, to if there's ways like a cure and stuff. Even though for me it kind of felt like a bit off of that, but we'll talk more about that later. So for me, for what I felt in this film, that we're mainly going to be focusing on the doctor and the alpha zombie, the alpha male one, how they're like working together. Because like I said, in the title is called Bone Temple, and we're mainly focused on the doctor, kind of like let's say like a little side story of what's going on with the doctor and stuff. Because at the first one, we just see Spike in his village and stuff, how he grows up and learns how the real world is. And for this part, we seem to learn about what the doctor's been working on, trying to do, study and stuff. So I kind of felt like I did like that part of the story and all, even though I did want to see what's mainly going to happen with the follow-up after the first 20 years later at the end, especially when Spike met with Jimmy, because everyone was like, didn't like that ending part. I didn't like it either because it went straight to like being funny with the Power Ranger theme and stuff. But later on, at the beginning of the film, we do follow up what happens. You get to see how Spike was joining up with the Jimmy Gangs. You see them what they do from the outside of the world, from where Spike's little hometown. What they do, they cause mischief and stuff like that. So it does seem like Spike is actually learning how it is at the real world outside of his village, what people actually do, especially like since the world doesn't have balance and stuff. I'd say like for Jimmy, he thinks he's Satanist and stuff. He's like Antichrist and stuff like that. He doesn't believe in it, and he seems like to forget how the real world was. It's like, of course, who's going to remember it after it being 20 years later? Even Dr. Ian mentioned about that too. He forgets how it feels to be the real world, from shopping and doing your own thing and stuff, because all he does is he's by himself, just with Samson. Like I said, studying him, trying to learn something, like I guess a cure and stuff, but he doesn't have enough medicine to cure Samson, so it's kind of hard for them to have balance and connection. So for the Jimmy Gangs, they, like I said, they cause mischief. Whatever they do, they try to if they see people, they either torture them, kill them and stuff. That's what he does because that's what he believes that Nick, that's what he's trying to say Nick, the Satan's telling him, talking to him and stuff, which I did enjoy some of that. For the final scene at the end of the film, for me is I love the part. It's like a music video. It's like a heavy metal music video. I'm not gonna go too much detail because I don't want to spoil it too much. But yeah, since like I said, Jimmy and meets up with Dr. Ian because he believes he's the devil and stuff. Because when he was younger, most of the kids who didn't want to get close to Dr. Ian because he thought he did crazy stuff and all, and people think he was like the devil because he was covered in orange and stuff like that. From, if you notice from the last film, he was covered up in I believe it was antibiotic or something like that. I forgot what was it. But yeah, at the end of the part, I love that scene and stuff. But that's mainly like my positive stuff. So for my negative, it's just like the last film. I know not many people like this, even though this film has a better review from the last film. But for this one, there's hardly any zombies. I felt like there was more zombie than the last one. And this one, we mainly focus on Samson, but you do see a few of the other zombies, but not as much as the last one. Like I said, this was mainly focused on the storyline about the Doctor and Ian and the Jimmy Gaines. Less of Spike. That's what I know not many people are gonna like about this film, because if we just went away from the zombies and stuff. But yeah, for this one, I felt like there wasn't much of Spike either. We were mainly focusing on the Jimmy Gaines. It's like, which nothing was wrong with that. Because you kind of see how Jimmy is really crazy and stuff after everything has happened after 20 years later and stuff. But like I said, we've like focused less on Spike. We didn't see him grow. He kind of went more scared again. Yeah, later on you do see him. He became like, okay, brave again. But it took a while for that. Because I do understand he was scared of Jimmy, because Jimmy is like crazy, because like his father said from the last film, the outside world of his town and stuff is very dangerous. It's nothing like that. People are, after everything that happened, the world's different and changed and stuff, because there's no balance and stuff. And for their town, it was balance and stuff. But people outside of that town, it went way far away from that. But like I said, that was mainly my negative stuff. But yeah, I know not many people are gonna like this film because it went away from the zombie and stuff. But that's mainly all I have for the negative stuff. Also, I do not want to spoil so much, but I'll tell you that there is no credit scene, but at the ending of the film, there is going to be another film, a third film, and it's going to be connecting all films together into big ones, from the first to this one. Because you're going to see there's going to be, I hope this one, third one, next one is going to be big, and it comes out very soon, and they don't wait like a year or two. Hopefully they do what they did with this one, that comes out in 6 months or less. So we could see what happens with Spike after the end and all. So hopefully for this next one, we're going to get to see Aaron Taylor-Johnson for this one, because we didn't see him on this film. And we're going to see what happens with the baby and all. But yeah, that's all I have for that. So for my review, I'm gonna have to give it a 5.5 out of 10, because like I said, for me it was a bit mixed. Like, I do like the storyline, but the other half I did not like that we don't have anything involved too much of the zombies, even though there was a few scene you do see Samson facing off the other zombie, which I thought that was pretty cool and all. But like I said, there's nothing much of the zombies. We just focus on the human side of the story and stuff. Like, yeah, it's about emotion and stuff. But like I said, I'm just still gonna have to give it a 5.5 out of 10, because like I said, like half of it was pretty good with the story, but the other half we just don't have much zombie. And I know not many people are gonna like that, because I know everyone's expecting to see more about zombies, because 28 days later there was a bunch of zombies, even though there's still some storylines. But for the last one, we mainly had more story. We did see few of what's called a bit of zombies and stuff, how they are and all, because we get alphas and stuff like that, and who's like top and middle and bottom and stuff like that, which wasn't too bad. And this one wasn't much of zombies. Like I said, main focus was just Samson, and we get to see a few zombies. But that is all I have for today. Hopefully you guys like this video. Don't forget to write down a comment what you guys think of the movie. Did you see it? Did you not see it? But other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.